Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to a fog misty 54 degree Thursday, September 19th. Today is Royal Enfield Himalayan Day. So we got her loaded and everything's ready. I got all the extra parts and stuff for it. All the takeoffs. Mama's sad. Truck's all legal beagle. It's all in our name, insured and all that good jazz. But the old RE, she's going for her last ride. When I jokingly said that hope this is not the last ride on it last weekend, that was the last ride on it last weekend. She's been a sweetheart. Sometimes it does them more good to let them go than to just let them sit there. She sure is a pretty one. Hope he enjoys it. Sure he will. Had to do a quick stop at the post office. Look at the old Hemi. She's sitting back there just happy as you please. Getting all misted in the fog. That's kind of a bummer. 61 degrees and cloudy out here, Mama. I think I'm gonna use that ramp over there
as an exit
to unload it. But I'm gonna, get all my stuff inside and come back. Oh, I need to get the Himalayan keys from you there too.
Oh yeah.
We'll deal with that here in a few. Well, how about yourself? What is it? Thursday? Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday.
2 more days.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, have yourself a wonderful day.
You too.
And I'll see you as the day goes on.
All right.
All righty, Mama. I love you. See you. Bye.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So Kelly's Himalayan, sadly, has a new home. Kelly's getting upset about it there towards the end because it was all in her name. So him and I had to go upstairs. I went over the bike with him and stuff downstairs and all the takeoffs and what they did, and we just chatted about motorcycles and stuff, For a while, we went up and Kelly had to, sign the title, and she made out a bill of sale and all that stuff for the guy, and she was she getting a little choked up over it. You always question, especially when you sell a motorcycle, am I doing the right thing? Should I have tried harder? I don't know what all was going through her head, but I'm sure we'll talk about it on the way home. But super nice guy. Looks like it's going to a lovely home. He's had like 9 or 10 motorcycles, because he said he got into motorcycles watching old videos of me riding my DR650. And anyway, and he's gone through motorcycles. He likes buying, from Copart or whatever, and fixer-ups. You get them for, pennies on the dollar, fix them up and ride them for a while and flip them or whatever you do. But he's really enjoying it. He's looking forward to the Himalayan. He said something, a little more mellow, and I go, well, they're definitely mellow, but just at the same time, you have this itch. You want to ride it all the time. It's unique. He doesn't look like he's that old. So, he looks like he'd be from a crowd that would want, the go fast, crotchety rockets and stuff like that. But, yep, going slow and simple can be crazy fun. It's nice to have the fast bikes and all that stuff. But you got to have that one that you ride around and you just kick back and enjoy the ride. Not thinking about the bike, not thinking about going fast, not worrying about cops because you're going too fast. Just enjoyable. And those things do that. Those Himalayans, little classic 350. Oh, speaking of a classic 350 today, holy moly, we're bombing along. I see a motorcycle in the slow lane, and we get up. It was between like Ridgefield and the Clark County Fair, and we get up to it, and I see the back of that thing. I go, Kelly. She goes, what? I said, that's a classic 350. She goes, how can you tell? So I'm telling you, that's a classic 350. Get up beside him, and we passed him probably about 73, 74. He's humming right along, right at about 70. did a slow pass, and he's just, that's like a poop eating smile on his face, just enjoying life, just cruising right along. So, yeah, no problem going down the freeway. Traffic was really mild today. The slow lane was hovering like right at 70. Nobody was being crazy. It was very smooth. But, yeah, for the years over, I'll take that 350. Just like mine, no fairing or anything weird like that on it. It looked like it was completely stock. Of course, mine looks completely stock, but with the decat and cam and stuff like that, it makes it a little different. But yeah, cool. I told you I seen one going the opposite direction. We were going south like we were this morning, and there was a guy going north, and it was a chrome red one, just like mine. Oddly enough, he was in the middle lane, just kind of bombing through traffic, but it was just coming out of a 60 mile an hour zone where it goes into 70. But yeah, he's humming right along. So that's two of them in very close proximity of each other. One was going south with us this morning, and the other one's going northbound while we were going south. That was a week or two ago, whatever. This is a regular service, but now there was a recall on the suspension link, and now as part of a service we got to take it completely apart and go through. There's these two bearings here and then here. Of course, the shock is like a bushing that's built into it, and this rides in here like about so, and then the linkage is, it's progressive linkage, and you have to make sure I got no names there. So there's 4 bolts in there, and you have to replace them. They don't want you using your own Loctite or anything like that. They want these bolts replaced. And anyway, new bolts. And have a feeling whoever did the recall on this thing zapped that thing with a gun. And, that saves time and everything. And they appear to be torqued correctly, so they used the gun to get the nuts on all the way. But yeah, it activated the Loctite, so had to use a little torchier to heat up the Loctite to get them to budge. I mean, I had them so hot that, I don't know where the socket's at, it was burning my hand on the socket. Yeah, it was way overactivated Loctite. Never use power tools on Loctited bolts, ever. Don't ever do that. Can't even see that thing, can you? There we are. But anyway, got the, it's weird, the shipping for my iPhone 16 Pro Max this year, different than any other. Usually I've seen that thing bouncing around China and all that stuff. Well, I didn't get a tracking number until it made it here in the States. In fact, not only that, it was for this morning saying it's going to be here tomorrow. So they must be doing something different, because usually it takes 2 weeks, not 1 week. So they must be, because like myself, everybody, because you got that one Friday, you can order it. They have the show like Tuesday or Wednesday in the week, or maybe might have been Monday. Yeah, it was Monday this year. And then Friday you could pre-order, and then the next Friday you can either go into the store and get it, or if you pre-order it local, the local Apple store or your carrier, you can go Friday and pick it up. And if you order it online, you don't get any of those millions that have already been built. It comes fresh, from that Foxconn factory that Apple has, but it usually takes 2 weeks. So the bummer about that is the people that don't care about, getting the freshest one. I mean, nobody has problems with them, but, I just kind of one of those weird things. I want one fresh off the press. Everybody has theirs for a week before I get mine, because it always took 2 weeks. Well, I'm going to get mine this week. But there was like no shipping. All they said that it had been shipped, and we'll let you know when they're, the shipping stuff or whatever it said. I have to read it again. So I didn't have any pre-shipping number to watch it go where through its path through the planet, you know, across the planet. And anyway, got a text on the way to work, and Kelly seen it. Goes, "There's your phone. We're gonna be here tomorrow. Now you can stop crying." Anyway, that's exciting. Anyway, get this thing put back together, and this one has a recall for the fuel fitting for the pressure line into the fuel pump. So I got to take this whole thing apart to check this clamp. Remember I told you guys, there's some personal stuff there I don't want to show any. Remember I told you that clamping area, remember I talked about this with the recall on the oil cooler on my 2017 Street Glide Special. It was a recall, and I just did it myself. And then when I was up there one day, they just checked it, made sure it was cool. But, you know, it has to be a certain gap. It can't be over-tightened, or you've weakened the clamp, or you're putting too much pressure on the hose. So this one, the bulletin, you know, this one's not clamped, obviously. This one's wide open. This is before it's clamped. And it uses special Oetiker clamp pliers to clamp them down. So you inspect it. And I think it needs to be around, I think it gives you a wide range between 2 and 4 millimeters. You can see there, that's probably, I don't know, 10 or 11 millimeters there. If the camera's even focusing on that. I'm looking through the shop as I'm talking and not paying attention. But see where that thing's clamped, and see if there's any movement. There's a whole bunch of things we've got to check. And if we need it, it's on hand. We've got an Oetiker clamp, and we got to redo it. And the Oetiker clamp has to be, you know, a certain distance, you know, on the hose. It's very specific. Most of that's a fuel line. It's got to be very specific. So anyway, I got to gut this thing apart just to get to that fuel pump. But let me get this lubed up. That's the only thing left was this linkage, because we didn't have the bolt. So we got every part of the service done, because we didn't realize that was going to become part of the service. Just like checking the cardian shaft on the GSAs and RTs has now become part of the service. And anyway, we got surprised by this. We didn't know they're going to do that with these K1600s that we had all the bulletins, or maybe it's all K1600s. I have no idea. So I checked them. A little light on grease on the new part. You can't over grease them, because that can be a problem too. But yeah, I re-greased them. This one on the swing arm itself was absolutely perfect. I mean, really nice. But I put a little fresh stuff in there anyway. So we get this thing back together, and I will not use a gun of any kind. I mean, they were so tight, I tried to use a gun to take them off. I just banged, so I couldn't hold it solid enough. I wasn't worried about it because it's going to replace the bolts, but yeah, no way. It took heat, and a lot of it. And yeah, it was hot to finally melt that Loctite so I could take the nuts off. But let's get back together. Didn't see an email that I got from Apple, and it has the tracking number, and you can track all the stuff. And yep, it bounced all around, and China and some other things, and then Alaska, then down, and then back up, and it's crazy. But this is all done. I just need to give it a wipe down in the morning, take it for a test ride, and that'll be that for that. So it's about time for me to button up down here, roll out. But yeah, cool beans. So the old truck, she didn't miss a beat going to work and back. Not that I wouldn't expect any less. That's what was underneath that toolbox thing. It almost looks like there's a hook around that hook over there. I was digging like cans and stuff out of it last night. It's just where they were hauling stuff, and it got underneath it and weren't able to get it. So before I put the box back in, looks like I'll start off by shoveling it. There'll be some dog hole fillers right there. But so I put $50 in this thing this morning as we were leaving, and going to work and back used up about $40. That's crazy. This is not an option to drive back and forth to work, by no means. Of course, you know, it's a truck and it drives down the freeway like a truck. That's fine. It's cool. I like the old truck stuff. Even the steering wheel, you know, the if you wanted to cruise or anything like that, it's just not there. I just didn't even mess with that stuff back then. But yeah, she does good. That big old motor. You hit the hills and it just doesn't even waver. It just packs this big old heavy thing right on up. Although going down hills, she speeds up pretty good. You can feel the weight in her. I think Sasha ran around here. I'm sorry about the sound. I'm walking around in my slippers. Oh, she done left. So what's it look out here? I need to grab the mama and we do a goodbye here. We're running out of time. It's much prettier in that evening light. Yeah, days are getting crazy short, losing light. So I'm gonna go grab the woman. We'll do a quick goodbye and we'll call it in to what turned out to be a beautiful Thursday. It was foggy so bad it was misting. It was getting the Himalayan wet in the back of the truck going down the freeway. So anyway, we'll grab the mama here. Hang tight. Well, hello there, you two. Man, that sunset's coming way quick.
Faster and faster.
Yeah, I think it's like 7-11 or something like that tonight. Something like that. I think I've
No,
seen a
we
glance.
just get home and the sun's gone down.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, have this time. Now we get home, we have no time. Before you know it,
It'll be dark before we ever leave.
Before we even leave.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then when it rains, you know, like 3:15, 3:30, it's effectively dark. Even though the sun hasn't set, there's so many clouds and all the rain. Those long, wet drives home.
Yeah.
But
the saga of our lives.
Yeah, it sure makes for some spectacular summers and springs and all that stuff.
It does.
A lot of beauty.
Give
but
and take.
There's a price for it. But anyway, Mom's little Himalayan is
found a new home.
That was cool sounding. Birds flying over.
Yeah.
He seems very happy. I think he's going to enjoy it.
Very nice man.
It's hard not to enjoy those things.
Yeah.
It's just one of those kind of bikes when you ride them, you know. They don't go anywhere you point them.
Yep.
Don't do it real fast, but that's okay.
Yeah. You enjoy the ride.
Does it reliably and they're easy to maintain, all that kind of good stuff. Not expensive to get into. Another flock of those birds. That's cool. I think those are starlings, huh?
Yeah.
You hear when they go over. Anyway, it's getting cool out here. I think it's like 62 already.
Yeah, I had to put the jacket back on.
Yeah. All right, I reckon we'll roll out that.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Friday or Saturday.
Heck yeah. All right.
We will see you in the morning.
Yeah, Friday morning.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.